What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cars and Chatter podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that good stuff. Today, we're back at Straight Auto Body Shop. Straight Auto Body Shop, thank you for allowing us to use your space, beautiful space. We have a special guest, Greg. But before we get into it, I do want to mention, if you guys are interested in sponsoring the show, if there's any sponsors out there that want to sponsor, it could be Red Bull, it could be Monster. We don't care. No discrimination.
Starbucks.
But
Vodka.
we got Cesar and we got Greg here today. What's up, fellas?
What's going on? Thank you for having me, Sheep.
Oh, my pleasure, man. All right, so today's episode is going to be simple. We're going to have a couple of off things where we're going to rate some things, and then basically we're going to talk shit about everything that's out there. It could be work. It could be cars. It could be your personal life. I personally don't give a shit.
I can't talk about my job. I'll get fired.
Yeah, you probably get fired by just being here.
No, they know I'm here.
Oh, okay. Did you have to ask permission?
No, they support me and my career.
They support you in your career. Here we go again with the microphone, bro.
Just leave my microphone alone.
No, your voice keeps going away.
Just focus on the question.
I don't have questions.
On the script that I sent you.
What script? I don't see no damn script.
I think that's the best part about this podcast. We just wing it the whole time.
That's the whole beauty
It's
about it.
organic.
Yeah,
It's an
there's no
organic
there's no bullshit. Why
Yeah.
why put a script out there if you don't need to?
That usually works the best.
All right, well, Greg, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into it.
Well, I'm in the car business, as you know. We work together. I've been in the car business for quite some time now. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a son, an only son,
Mm-hmm.
much like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. The cars is my background. My kids is my life. And again, thanks for having me.
Pleasure is ours, brother. So, Cesar, you want to get us started, brother?
So what do you drive?
What do I drive? I drive, as Sipan knows, I recently acquired a 98 Mercedes S420, which is my baby, and it's completely stock. And the car is in immaculate condition. I bought it from the first owner. And then I got a K5 as an everyday driver.
Yeah, K5.
What's your opinion on K5s? Because I know Sipan's opinion. I want to know yours.
I don't have an opinion on that car yet.
Really? It's been out for a while.
Yeah.
I heard they're discontinuing it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to bring the Optima back, apparently.
Oh,
Okay.
what's the difference? It's going to look like the same shit anyways.
Apparently, Optima has a huge fan base.
The guy is over here fucking Googling this shit.
It's okay.
It's better than your goddamn Tesla.
Leave my Tesla alone.
Piece
You
of
know what's
shit.
funny is that interior is almost nicer than our Infinity's interior.
I got to be careful of what I say next.
No, but on a serious note, I mean, I've never really looked at the K5s, but it's got a flat bottom steering wheel. The screen looks better.
No, Kia
Yeah.
stepped up big time.
Oh, they did.
We talk about it all the time.
All the time.
Kia stepped up big time.
Especially, what is it, that new EV6?
Yeah?
But don't get me wrong, I'm not paying $1,200 no goddamn Kia.
No, absolutely not. I think, were you the one that told me that Audi's designers are now Kia's designers?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense why
Everybody's
they're...
jumping ship.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, Audi's designer, I think it was like 5-6 years ago, actually jumped over to Infinity, and then, or the chief something jumped over to Infinity Nissan, and then I don't know what happened, and then
Shit, I wish we kept them.
he bounced out of the boat faster than he came in.
They need to do something with the Infinity interior already. It's like the SUVs are getting really nice, and ours is just a standstill.
Well, the problem is, the Q60 is going away.
Yeah, but the Q50, I mean, it's had the same interior since when?
Q50 is going away too.
One.
Supposedly end of next year will be the last manufacturing date,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It's the first time I hear about this.
Yeah.
Well, it's out there if you Google it.
Nah.
It's nothing secret. We're not giving away no damn secrets, so nobody goes snitching on anything. But yeah, I mean, there's not much left on the Infinity side, especially if they're gonna take away the Q60. I just don't think it's fair to take away the Q60 and bring out the 400Z. I get it, not the same manufacturers, but even though it's the same engine, et cetera, they use the Tochigi plant for the same vehicle, but at the same time, it's like, it's not really a competition. We've always known, especially back in the old days, the G37s, the coupes and all that good stuff, they were comparing it to the 370Zs. The 370Zs were always faster.
So it's
So
lighter, right?
yeah, lighter, much lighter.
Much lighter, yeah.
I think it was mostly because of the automatic seats and Infinity is more of the luxury line.
Quote unquote.
Bro, you're gonna get me in trouble.
Quote unquote. Hey, I said it, not you.
I think they're just putting their eggs in one basket when it comes to the QX60.
Yeah, I think they're focusing on the QX60 and they're trying to make that car an overall better car. Don't get me wrong, it's a
Which it
beautiful
has
car.
been, yeah. I mean, they stepped up. Big time.
I mean, time will tell, right? It's only been a few months. The car's been out. So, overall, beautiful car, beautiful design, interior, exterior, whatnot. But, you know, with anything that's brand new, time
Yeah.
is going to be the judge of
absolutely.
everything.
Absolutely.
At least.
It's interesting to see how the new generation of cars or design is. It's changing a lot compared to what it used to be. I saw this Genesis SUV the other day. Genesis is really stepping up big time.
Yeah.
I think you and I were talking about that Genesis
Big time.
sedan the other day you sent me. The grill, you said you like the front or the grill?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the bumper.
The bumper.
Bumper. That was actually pretty dope.
I actually feel bad for Cesar because I keep telling him we're going to make a bumper and we still haven't made a bumper. But, you know, life, you know, work and all that good stuff.
My car doesn't even see daylight. So okay.
Bro, don't even talk about cars. My car has been parked in my garage for like 2 months now. I haven't even driven it. I got to jump start it, I think.
Things neglected.
Tell me about it.
I think with Genesis, they're part of Hyundai, right? Which is part of Kia.
Well, I think
Aren't they part of the
Genesis,
same family?
they're part of the same family, but Genesis did split from Hyundai and Kia. They became
They're
the
luxury.
luxury
Right.
version of it all, just like how Nissan and Infinity is. But Genesis, so whoever their designer is, whoever's in the background, whoever's doing
Doing a
whatever they're
great job,
doing,
yeah.
they're doing a great job.
Great job.
For Infinity. I'm just kidding.
I
What
think
did you say? What did he say?
he said work for Infinity. You know, if he brings his goddamn microphone closer to him, we can actually hear him.
I was trying to whisper that in there.
Or I think it's more. It's not even your microphone anymore. I think it's just your voice. It has a mute button. Somebody accidentally keeps clicking it inside.
I have a special button right inside.
See, it just happened every time he clicked it.
I think he's doing like a romantic love radio type thing where they call in and
See, it's working.
Yeah, you know, there's only certain things I can do on camera, and I can do a lot more off camera.
This might be my last podcast, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
It's been an honor.
I'm gonna change out his vocals for him.
It's been fun.
But anyways, back to cars. Cesar, you said you had a couple of things you want to talk about. It hurt some feelings.
No, I'm not gonna be that person that hurt some feelings. No, but what we did do was do a rate my car thing. On
We did do
Instagram.
it. Yeah,
I just put a post out there to rate some cars. You know,
go for it.
people's.
Make sure you actually mention their IG handles or send it to me so we can. You know.
I'll send them to you in the process. I'm only gonna do like 3 of them though. 'Cause
Okay,
it's gonna,
let's see if I know any of them.
probably not. Everybody knows you though.
Bro, you're making me blush over here.
Raul Q50. I think you've seen his before. He's very like a low key person. That's his Instagram.
Oh yeah, I have seen it.
His car's actually pretty clean.
It is clean.
He's one of those behind the scenes, never goes out type of person, but he actually does. His car is very detailed.
Hmm.
It really is. It's simple.
What do you mean by detailed?
Like he actually put some thought into it, and his old trunk setup was pretty awesome too. I'm see if I can find it.
I think that's one of the things that we thought we talked about last time around with what is it, Lorenzo? Yeah, Lorenzo. We talked about trunk setups, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like everybody is just missing the boat on that. Well, not everybody, just some people here and there.
Well, I think the whole trend of like the wood floor is kind of, you know, everybody just makes it and calls it a day. Nobody tries it. How do you say it? Think outside the box and try something different. Don't get me wrong. My carbon idea wasn't even my idea. It was a shop's idea. But
Before we continue, can you actually keep your volume like that? Because it was perfect.
yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey,
Thank
Justin.
you. I think everybody out there appreciates it right
I
now.
saved the setting just for you.
There you go.
See, you keep messing up. Stop touching the
I'm
settings,
making
bro.
it closer just so you can stop.
You got memory seats in there.
Nice. But no, yeah, I think trunk setups is such a big. I know it's bags alone are expensive. Have you heard how much they cost now for our cars? $2 or $5 grand.
Yeah, $5,000.
Or I remember I paid way less
Don't tell anybody.
than that. A lot less.
What is it more expensive now?
Seriously.
Who's next?
Oh, Raul, I give you like a
8 out of what? 20?
22.
Oh, damn,
No,
Raul.
I'm just kidding. No, I actually really like his car. He's a cool person too. Let me see. One sec, please. Battery reception.
Are these people just sending it to you, or they send you a picture of it?
No, they sent me their Instagram.
Okay.
You know what's funny? Once we're done with those, I'm actually gonna bring up somebody that actually, out of I think about 20 people that commented back on my post, I only picked one question.
Legit question.
Yeah, like a legitimate question. I feel like nobody really has asked this question, and I feel like it's a legitimate question to the point where we should address it.
Why don't you just ask it?
Huh?
Just ask
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well, finish those.
Just go back and forth.
Now I want to hear it. You're
Yeah.
teasing
Okay,
us
so-
at this point. I want to hear it.
This one actually came from Duck Diego. Let me pull that up real quick over here.
Duck Diego.
Yes, sir.
Is it an Infiniti?
Duck. Yeah, Q60.
Oh, up north.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I
This
like
is
his
an R
car.
Diego, right?
No.
I like his car.
I don't know if I'm saying it right. Is it Duck _ Diego? Well, I know it's DUC _ Diego. I just don't know if I'm saying Duck correctly. Anyways, I don't care. But
Sorry if we just botched it.
yeah, I apologize. But he asked, talk about the economy and the value upgrades you can do to your car. So go based on the upgrades, based on the economy. I think that's a legitimate question.
Strong question.
Well, the real question is, do your upgrades add value to your car?
Well, I don't think it's the question of do they add value to your car. I think it's more of the question. The question relays on the fact that, for example, heat exchanger, is that a value item for the car, for our cars? Value as far as necessity. Is it something that necessity is it needed? Does it give you any?
Also, in
added
other words, what mod is giving you the best
value,
bang for your buck?
basically,
Oh, okay. Definitely heat
based
exchanger.
on the economy.
Are we going performance wise or are we going aesthetic
And
wise?
it could be both ways because he didn't really specify. So,
Well, aesthetic, nothing really. In reality.
I personally think depending on where you live, especially if you live in Alaska, I don't think you're gonna need any heat exchangers.
No.
But realistically, if you live in Texas, California, New York, especially when it gets humid, I think heat exchanger is a must. No, if you're not gonna do any other mods, do a damn heat exchanger.
Right.
And don't be cheap. Don't go for the frozen boost. I'm just joking. People relax.
Yeah, after Frozen
Get
Boost.
some negative
I get to
comments
go
for
into
that.
that mode.
But I don't care what you go with. You can go with a BMS, or you can go with the Alpha. You can go with whatever you want to go. Frozen boost, Mishimoto. But my personal choice would have been heat exchanger.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that was one guy up in Mexico. He commented on the page. I don't really remember his name, but it was about a year ago. He said because of the altitude and the heat out there, his car wasn't boosting whatsoever. And it was a red sport.
You couldn't get out of limp mode, basically.
Well, that's the thing, because with the red sport and the sensors and the turbo, the car wasn't going anywhere.
You see that question a lot on the forums, too. It's like, hey, guys, did I break my car? It won't create boost. And everybody's like, what mods do you have? That's
And
the
they're like
first thing.
zero.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're like, yeah, I was doing back-to-back pulls, and now my car isn't moving. So, heat exchanger.
Heat exchanger. I think I would say heat exchanger.
I don't think the thing is that people need to kind of understand the way that our cars work. It's not your typical air-to-air.
No.
If it was air-to-air, you'd be fine. But with ours, since it's air-to-water, if they don't understand the way that it works, then that's why, people don't know how to build them appropriately.
I agree.
Makes sense.
It's a whole different, I think air-to-water is a whole different ballgame. Air-to-air is a lot more simple.
I mean, Drop Air and the other guys, Turbo P, they're doing some good stuff out there.
Turbo P's putting in work.
Yeah, he
Their
is putting in work.
platform.
Shout out to Turbo P. You're
We
doing
should
great
get
work.
him on the podcast one time.
Well, we've actually talked about it, and it's just a matter of time, getting our schedules to align.
And the time difference, too. He's in Florida.
I mean, we can always do a live FaceTime or whatever. We can still get all that good stuff going. So
He's good peeps, too. He's bringing out a lot of good performance parts for us too.
And the cool thing about him is that he's friendly, unlike some of these other guys out there. You know, you ask him a question and it's like you're asking the world of him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just answer you.
He's simple.
Yeah. Who's up next?
Let's see. Sully Juice. Peaches is what she's called. She's got a Q50. She's up north.
I have not seen that car.
It's pretty sick. And honestly, she's a really cool person on top of that, too.
Are you saying that just to score brownie points?
Nah, dude, I think she's married.
Oh, sorry.
She's got the OG decal, too. Look at that.
She got the what?
The OG decal. The California Q.
California Qs.
Nah, she's been a good supporter since the get-go. She's got a really cool car. She just needs to take it out more often. I think she finally did her first show. It's a clean car. I'd give it a 9.
Strong.
A 9 just because it's...
Is it because of the sticker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. It's because it doesn't have a lot to it, but it's just got the right amount to it. Because I think a lot of people these days are just doing too much to their cars. Maybe just slapping that part on, slapping this part on.
It's tasteful.
It's like carbon galore on some of the cars. Except for my carbon fenders, which I'm going to get partially wrapped. I don't have that much carbon on my car.
So, you know, it's funny. You're talking about going all out and going out to shows and shit. So, what is this? Cambo _Q60. You know, it's funny. He posted something yesterday. Shout out to you, brother. You got a clean car. But I got to talk about something real quick.
Oh, the judging?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to bring that up to you about
Yes.
like that's a sensitive topic for a lot of people.
So here's the thing. I'm not gonna mention who the person was that's talking shit.
No, mention him. Mention him.
Should we mention him?
Nah, let's keep certain names out.
All right, let's keep the names out. All right, so
Mention it after.
I will say this, brother. It doesn't matter how much work you've done to the car. You can put $40,000 into your car, and your car can still look like shit.
Sure.
And I'm gonna say, whoever that guy is, I'm not even gonna say your car looks like shit, bro.
I love
you
it.
got
I love it.
what is it? I don't even know what kind of wheels those are. I just want, like, looking at your car just makes me want to think about buying another Infinity.
A picture of that car?
I do have a
Let me
picture of
look
that
at
car, but you know, it's really sad that when, especially within the community, you gotta have to justify yourself why you won. Just because you have a wrap and a carbon fenders and maybe 2-piece wheels that, you know, you paid overpricing and inflated.
Just because you paid retail.
Yeah, it doesn't mean your car's better than the next. You know, just if you didn't win, you didn't win. It is what it is.
People have to remember that your taste is not the same as my taste.
Absolutely.
You know, I have my way of building a car, of what I like, what I don't like. You have your way. You have your like.
Sure.
You like Beamers a lot. I'm more of an AMG person. You know what I mean? We to each their own. At the end of the day.
AMG, is that what you said?
I like AMGs more
Nice. I like that.
personally.
No, I don't.
But like,
Are you into the older body styles?
no, I
No?
like the new C63s.
I feel like is it just me that's into the 90s bodies? Or is there people out there that actually like
I do like some of the 90s bodies, but I will say one thing. The new C63 that's coming out, I can't wait to see that. It's supposedly a 4-cylinder hybrid. And I covered this on Tune In Tuesday last year.
I remember that.
4-cylinder hybrid.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
But it's supposedly going to have the same exhaust tone.
Oof.
I don't know how much of that is gonna
How do you manage that?
work out.
Honestly, the way technology is at the point to where I didn't Yamaha tune the LFA's exhaust. See, so it's the capabilities are there to
Find
make
their
cars
ways.
sound
Yeah. They'll find ways.
I need to put an exhaust in the Tesla so it can sound like something.
But back to the judging thing. Listen, if you didn't win, that's fine. There's other shows that you can go out and win. And the reason I talk shit is because you actually took the time to go on Instagram and write a post about as to why you and your significant other didn't win anything.
Okay, I'm lost here. What did he not win?
A trophy
Where?
at a car show.
Okay.
Car Physics, I think it was.
Yeah.
Car Physics.
Got you.
But he didn't win a trophy.
Second, third.
None of it. He didn't get anything.
Sometimes now shows I don't think they have. A lot of shows nowadays
just
they're just
first
having
and that's
first
it.
and that's
Gotcha.
it.
Yeah.
Budget cuts and trophies.
Got you.
There's nothing wrong with not winning. maybe that show didn't see something on your car, missed it during the judging, whatever it is, and you didn't win, and somebody else won. But at the same time, you don't need to go out on Instagram and post about it, bro. Like you look like a little,
You're like a sore loser.
yeah, yeah,
And if you go to a show just to try and win, you're going for the wrong purposes.
absolutely.
For me personally, like I've been to shows where I see some of the cars that won, like for instance, like the Q50 category, and I see the cars that are there, and I do wonder why certain cars didn't win. And just because I see like the effort that certain cars have put into the car, they didn't just slap on certain parts. They actually got custom made stuff for the car, custom body work, all that stuff. So I really wonder like why didn't they win? But also maybe the judges didn't see that. They just saw carbon fenders and they didn't realize that, oh, that car actually has a custom wide body kit. You know what I mean? So in some shows from that I've been to, I feel like the judging, they have kind of dropped the ball a few times, if I'm going to be honest. But at the end of the day, if you go to a show just to compete, I mean, you're supposed to go to a show to have fun. And if your fun is determined by a trophy, then I don't think you're in it for the right purpose.
Okay,
That's just me.
okay. I could see what you mean.
As long as you're happy with your build, that's all that matters, man. Sure. Like, not everybody's going to like my car. You don't like the orange on my car. Does it bother me? No. At the end of the day, you don't like the orange on my car.
No, actually, well, at first I didn't like it. Now I do.
Oh. 6 months later, he kind of finally tells me.
Now I do.
No, but it's a reality. I knew, like, I like to talk about me just because I want to use myself as an example. You know what I mean? Like, in a good way or in a bad way, whatever it may be. Because I knew when I picked that color that it wasn't going to be for everybody. I'm sure there was people out there like, why that color such a blah, 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 all this stuff. But I personally fell in love with the color. Mm-hmm. You know, I like the color. I think it brings out the lines in the car, and I'm content with it. It's not for everybody. Too bad.
Yeah, just like, my car, especially, I'll use myself as an example. My wide body kit, was it the first one? Absolutely. Thank you to Ulterior Motives for that, and everybody else that's been involved, Gotch Design, Straight Auto Body Shop, Glenda Collision, whatever it is. But, did I do it correctly to the point where I wanted it to be exactly what I wanted it to be? No, absolutely not. Because I wasn't next to the build 24/7. There are certain things that they thought they did correctly that I thought they did wrong. And, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But do I love my car? Absolutely. Did I build it for you to like it? Fuck no. I don't give a fuck about your opinion.
Sure.
Who the fuck are you? Did you pay? If you're going to judge my car, you better make the goddamn payment or pay it.
Exactly.
Not that there is any payments, but still.
You can still make payments regardless.
Pay my registration.
Pay my registration. California registration is not cheap.
Go back to your point. Yeah, being a sore loser. I mean, if we're gonna be, I'm a sore loser. I hate fucking losing.
But it's there's the way we are.
That's fine. You can be a sore loser, but there's a way to handle it.
Absolutely.
I had a discussion with my wife before. I told my son, I said, either you're first or you're last. I don't want him to play, when he gets to the age where he's going to play basketball, I don't want him to get a participation trophy. What is that? We didn't have participation trophies.
No, we didn't.
So, like I said, me growing up, I was a big fucking sore loser. I hated fucking losing, but I handled it. I went to the car, I cried, I did my own thing, I wiped myself up when I got up. You know what I mean? But going on there and commenting and stuff, that's extra bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, anyways, that topic I can go on for hours, but
I do believe that shows do need to do it. I'm not referring to the car physics one. I'm just talking
in general.
In general. I think judging does need to kind of get a little better, to be honest. So the last Z Day, I had like a one-on-one with one of the judges, and he straight up told me, he's like, honestly, I kind of got tired of the way that the judging had been done in the past. And like we had a good 20-minute conversation about like past shows and all that stuff. Like he was taking pictures of the builds, all the builds that he was judging, and making notes as to why yes, why no, and all this stuff. Like into detail, I'm like, I wonder if everybody else is doing this or not. Like he's really going into detail, and kind of makes you feel like, okay, maybe those people really did deserve it because he actually did look at their cars inside and out and whatnot.
All right, so Cesar doesn't want to talk about any more of the cars, but before we continue, sorry to Cesar's mom for all the F-bombs. We'll try to keep it at a minimum now.
F-bomb, C-bomb over here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on today, bro.
Your Celsius drink kicked in.
Hey, Celsius, if you want to sponsor the show, you're more than welcome to.
Yes.
You're supposed to hold the can.
Yes.
I'm not going to hold the can until they pay us.
They're gonna pay you with a case of cans.
You know what? I'll take a case. But
We do need drinks.
yeah, we need drinks so we can
Something.
put up on the tables over here.
Vodka. That's what we need.
I don't think we need vodka.
I think I need vodka.
This podcast will go on forever if you guys are drinking.
Because then he's going to bring out his barbecue.
Oh, that
Oh.
Armenian
Magal is gonna
barbecue,
come out.
bro.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He's a master barbecuer. I'm sure you're aware.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Really
he wouldn't know.
Really?
We invited him one time. Remember we were doing
When?
it on a Sunday?
Yeah.
I'm talking about 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
shake your head at me.
His barbecues are epic.
Our friendship is gonna end today because of these lies.
The only way our friendship, the only way our friendship is gonna end is if you keep lowering your volume. Anyways, back to talking about
Condenser
everything
mics are a love and hate relationship.
with you. Yeah, absolutely.
I hate hearing myself.
Okay, you want me to lower your volume? Okay then. One of the things that I want to talk about is the car world in general, car sales, everything that's going on in the car world.
All the stupid markups.
Well, I think you know what the funny thing is, the markups are starting to go away.
Yeah, because the manufacturers are starting to crack down.
Well, it's not only that; it's just people are getting smarter. People, in California, I'm going to be careful on what I say, but in California, there are certain things you can and can't do. Markups is a gray area in California because
Do they have to word it a certain way?
do they what?
do.
Have to word
They
it
do
a
have
Yes,
to
certain
word
way?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Market adjustment?
yes.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons, they call it an MSRP sticker. It's the manufacturer suggested retail price.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's up to the retailer to sell it for however much they want. But I'm not going to pay 20 grand over for a damn Kia. What is that? Telluride?
K5. I'm just kidding.
15 grand over.
I got my 10 grand under
Yeah.
sticker when I got
Yeah.
mine.
When he got his, it was 10 grand on the sticker. But
Smart guy.
10, 15 grand over for a Kia K5, bro. That's insane.
So I heard there's this video. I don't know if I talked to you about it. Somebody posted of a statement that Ford made that they were gonna
Crack down.
kind of try and go the Tesla route with
Well,
no dealerships or thing.
And they're doing that with their new electrical vehicles, like the
Lightning.
Lightning and stuff like that.
Well, the Lightning had like $100,000 markup on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody actually sold the stock wheels on OfferUp for 15 grand.
The Lightning wheels?
Yes.
Who would want those?
I don't know. Somebody actually paid 15 grand for that, for those wheels.
Wow.
But the one thing that I want to talk about is not a lot of people know. If you go Amazon.com/Hyundai, you can buy, lease, finance your damn Hyundai off of Amazon. Well, not off of Amazon. I don't know how the financing portion works, but I'm sure Amazon gets a kickback or something out of it. But at the same time, if Amazon's doing that with Hyundai now, they're going to be doing it with everybody else.
And you
Everybody
pay
will jump ship.
MSRP or
MSRP, yeah. No negotiations, no nothing. You see the payment, you see the price, you see the down payment, lease, finance, whatever it is, cash. You see it
Easy
right then.
peasy.
Yeah, no questions asked. You want it, you want it. You don't. That's how simple it is.
What I want to say is, us being in the car business, I think there's a misconception out there that we like this markup. We don't like it.
We don't.
We don't.
it makes it harder for you guys to
makes,
sell a car.
It makes us harder. It's affected us in every single way. Financially, customer retention is gone. We don't like this. So I just want to put that out there. That
In big caps.
Let me rephrase this. Do I like the markups? Absolutely not. Do I like what comes with the markup? Absolutely, I do. Don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, I got to put food on the table for my family. But at the same time, I have customers that I've lost.
exactly.
I've been with Infiniti for over a decade. I won't give out the exact details, but it's been over a decade. And I have a portfolio to a point where I have customers that come back, they're like, well, if I'm gonna pay $600-700 for a QX50, I might as well go get a GLC for $600-700.
Right.
You know, to them, it's not about the payment. To them, at this point, it's about the name that they're driving,
Getting
and a lot
value.
and a lot of people think they get
That's
more
what it is.
they get more value for
Got
with
you.
Mercedes. That's
Yeah.
all it is. But you know, the way I see the car business going in the next 5 to 10 years, the only thing that you're gonna see as far as a dealership goes, are you gonna have a showroom with cars? Absolutely. But are you gonna have salespeople? No, you will not. You will have something like what
Kiosk.
Apple does: geniuses behind the desk taking your order, and you come pick up your car in a week or two.
Which is unfortunate.
And the sad thing is, you know, a lot of these customers, they take out their anger and aggression as far as the market adjustment pricing goes towards the salespeople. You guys gotta realize one thing: the salespeople have nothing to do with
Zero.
the pricing.
Zero, nada.
It's all the bosses, the owners. of
Look,
the dealership, right?
I've held every Greg knows I've held almost every position possible with the exception of general manager. I've had the GSM title. I've had.
I mean, you might as well have at this.
Seriously, and probably do things better than some people.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Currently,
No, I ain't gonna cut that out. But you know, customer service is one thing that I am adamant about. You know, I have a customer from San Francisco. I sold her a car. Her car within 2 months is a lemon now. I'm not gonna say what car it is. It's a lemon now. Now she's reaching back out to me because how I handled everything. She wants to get a BMW X5.
she paid over sticker, right?
Oh, she paid $10,000 over sticker.
Right.
But she's getting all her money back because the car only had 2,000 miles on it. Brand new car.
Damn.
Brand new car. But now she wants a X5 and she's coming out to me to get the car. But unfortunately, I work for Infinity. I can't really do much with the exception of finding her the car. And she's happy with that. She's actually willing to go out of her way to pay me for my time, which I really don't care. It's not that hard for me to find her a car and tell her, this is the car you want. This is what the price is. Boom, boom, boom.
That's your book of clientele. You wanna.
But some of these general managers out there have absolutely no clue what they're doing. You know, there was a perfect saying I learned a long time ago. One of my old general sales managers, Martin Cuevas, when I worked at Glendale Nissan, he used to say there are never bad soldiers, just bad generals. Mm-hmm. If you don't know how to lead your team, if you don't know how to bring your team together as far as sales goes, you're destined for failure.
Sure.
And a lot of these general managers, you know what they'll do is they'll actually set up your people to fail just because they don't like you or they don't want you to be at a certain place.
They're just following the trend.
And I'm speaking general. I'm not pushing towards something specific. I'm talking about things that I read. There's actually a Facebook page called Life of a Car Salesperson at a Dealership or something like that. And some of these stories that I read, dude, it's like, what the hell is going on out there?
They're horror stories.
Oh, bro.
That's terrible.
You know, can't really share too much information, but at the same time, it's like.
Yeah, I mean, Cesar, we're in it, so I want to really reiterate to everybody that I personally hate the markup. You know, it's I get it. You know, we sell one, maybe a little bit more on as far as a commission check for us, but it's like Sipon said. I mean, customer retention has gone out the window. Mm-hmm. It's gone out the window, and there was a point where, again, as Sipon mentioned, there was, I don't want to specify which car we're talking about, but I'm sure everybody knows. But when that car came out, there was other dealers that were asking $20,000 over, and they were selling these cars. And me and Sipon would look at each other like, who are these people that are paying these $20,000 over on these cars? It's mind-boggling. And we're now for it.
Listen, will I pay $20,000 over for a Highline car like a Bentley, Rolls Royce, whatever, blah blah blah? I'll actually pay $20,000 over for the Escalade.
Well, I mean, yeah, the Escalade.
But certain cars, 50, like the Kia K5, $15,000 over. Yeah, really? I'm not gonna pay $15,000 over for a Kia K5. Yeah, I don't care. You could, unless you bedazzle it with real VVS diamonds on that car.
There's $100,000 bag in the trunk. Mm-hmm. Yeah, $15,000. Jesus. I mean, well, recently I helped up a relative of mine get an S-Class, and they went 10 grand under sticker R. So as you mentioned, it is the market is kind of adjusting. This new S-Class body, 10 grand under sticker a few months ago was unheard of.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But I will say one thing. You know what's interesting is all these people that bought used cars, if you didn't get gap insurance on your car when you bought it within the last year and a half, I feel really sorry for you. I feel really sorry for you. And people look at us, we're ripping them off when we say you should get gap insurance. I always tell people gap insurance is one thing you have to have.
It's all about education too. Like I'm pretty sure you guys do a good job at explaining it, but if other salesmen don't explain it to them and understand the purpose behind it, then they're not going to want to buy it.
There's a lot of salespeople that have given other people like me and CPON other salespeople bad reps. You know what I mean? There's been times where CPON and I have told clients, you don't need this extended warranty. You don't need this extra bullshit. But Gap, you definitely need it. You know, when you break it down, it turns out to be an extra $9 a month over a year.
Just don't drink a Starbucks for a day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways. But
Gap insurance.
Gap insurance, get it. And if you don't know what gap insurance is, it's simple. I'll break it down for you. Gap insurance basically protects your asset. It's a guaranteed asset protection. That's what it is. Gap insurance. Asset. So, for example, you're buying a car that's $30,000. Your interest rate is 6%. Let's say you get another $6,000 on top of that $30,000 plus your tax title licensing, which is almost 10 grand altogether, right? Mm-hmm. If the value of your car is $24,000, let's say, when you get into an accident, if you don't have gap insurance, you're liable for the remaining amount to the finance company. And that's where gap insurance steps in. And it's not a big dollar amount. I heard Florida, you can only sell it for $695. $695.
Yeah, they got a cap, I think.
They have a cap. In California, different story. But in Florida, it's $695. You cannot go above and beyond that. For $695, if you take that and divide it by 72 months, what is that?
Bring on the two, the one, I don't know.
Let's say $3, $4. $3,
That's
let's say at the most.
I tried.
For $3, you're going to say no to gap insurance. You should not be buying a car.
Right.
Hypothetically speaking, don't count on the math.
Yeah.
But even if it's $15 a month.
But still.
$15 is an average of what gap insurance will cost you.
Thousands. God forbid you get in an accident.
Absolutely. And then people, I had one customer in the decade I've been doing business come to me a year down the line and say, why didn't you sell me gap insurance? Mm-hmm. And the beauty part about our process, Diego, shout out to Diego, the guy is a mastermind.
The guru, the finance guru.
Amen to that, Diego. When we
shout out can we shout out the tamales as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Shout out to Nantley.
Absolutely.
Are those the ones you're talking about?
The strawberry tamales.
Have you not tried them? Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, you need to get that.
I've never even heard of strawberry tamales.
They're so good.
Really?
They're so good.
I was like, what?
Yeah. I'm going to have him make a couple for us for next time.
He's opening up a spot, actually, in Panorama City. He's going to have a brick and mortar.
We're going to do a podcast there.
Yeah.
But anyways, customer came back to me and said, why don't you sell us gap insurance? Long story short, the beauty thing about Diego is when he does his pitch, and we call it a pitch is a nasty word to say, but when he shows you the options that you have, we call it a pitch because it's so much easier for us to explain, right? When he shows you the options that you have when it comes to gap, warranty, et cetera, he'll put it out in front of you. He'll give you the 4, 5, 6 different options. If you decline all of them, you have to sign on the decline portion.
Right.
That you declined all of it.
And he offered it to you.
He offered it to you. So when a year down the line, you say we didn't offer it to you.
Covers your butt.
Yep.
Smart.
Yep.
Very smart.
Very, very smart.
Damn markups.
Yeah, man. Markups are just having to explain to some customers what a markup is like another chore of itself, and I should be getting paid double and triple overtime just to have to explain.
Well, it's because you're spending more time with a customer than you should be. It's like a car should almost sell itself, right? This isn't the case for everybody, but a lot of people like to do their research before. It's like the times I went to the dealership, I'm like, that's the car I want.
Yep.
Open the door, let me check it out, test drive it. Okay, where do I sign? You know, you go in already with your eye on.
They've done their so all these people that come in, they've done their homework.
Exactly.
They've called multiple dealers. They know, they know what Van Nuys is charging. They know what Cerritos is charging. They know, these people
At the end, it's like, what can you do for me? If you can do
exactly.
something cool.
Exactly. And that's where we lose the customer retention, because, like Sipan said, I mean, over a decade, he's got customers that have leased, 3-4 cars already, and they expect him to do better than what they did, and he's going to try to do it. But there's only so much that we can do. Market adjustment, or chip shortage. Which I completely disagree with. I don't think there's a chip shortage.
When I had a team, when I was a sales manager, and the reason why I chose to step back is totally has nothing to do with anybody that I work with. It was just something personal. It was I get control of my own time in the position that I'm in, not being a sales manager anymore. But when I was a sales manager, when I had a team,
what he means is he got tired of telling me to come home. He got tired of telling me not to come over hungover to work. That's what
you know what? I'm not going to mention names. But anyways, one thing I told everybody, do not do 5-minute test drives. Do not go around the block. If I know you went around the block as your sales manager and you came back in 5 minutes with your test drive, you're going home with the customer. I would tell my salespeople, if you spend more than 20 to 30 minutes with your customer test driving the car, again, Martin Cuevas had another saying, feel of the wheel makes the deal. If your customer spends 30 minutes behind the steering wheel, there's a higher chance that they're going to commit to buy that car then and there.
Makes sense.
We would say 30 to 45-minute test drive, 15-minute close. You come back in, you should already know where your customer is with the down payment, with the payment, what they have right now, if they have a trade or not, et cetera, et cetera. In 15 minutes, if your deal wasn't closed, which is 1 hour total that you've spent with the customer, and within 30 minutes to another hour, so 2 hours total, right? 2 hours total. If your customer wasn't out of the dealership, 90% chance you're not going to sell them the car, and 90% chance that you're going to get a bad survey if you did sell them the car. Because who the hell wants to spend more than 2 hours in the dealership?
That's the thing. People dread going to a dealership because we're going to be there all day. You got to do this. I'm like,
That's why a lot of brokers are winning the game right now, because customers don't want to go to the dealership, and because they know it's a back and forth. And that's one
they
thing
just want
that
to sign papers and be done with it.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've strived with, is making sure you have everything in front of you before you come to the sales desk. If you didn't have a commitment, if you didn't have a down payment, if you didn't know if there was a trade, et cetera, I would turn the deal then and there. Because to me, you didn't do your job.
Mm-hmm.
You're making my life...
two to make a deal, basically.
You're making my life harder. You're making your life harder. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it typical for dealerships to have just like... I don't know what they call like the people that you go... Because like you guys make the sale, but we go to the finance designer.
Yeah.
What are the finance managers?
Finance manager.
Is it typical for dealerships to only have one?
No.
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 Okay.
It depends on the volume of the store.
Oh, okay.
It depends on the volume. It depends on management. There's a lot of things that go behind it. A lot of finance managers don't like working with certain desk managers, so they'll opt out of working with that company, per se.
Because I remember when I got my Jeep, it took me longer waiting for the person to go sign my paperwork than it did to figure out what. I had to wait like 3 hours.
Well, there's dealerships that have so many finance managers, they actually have a finance director that overlooks all of them.
I just needed to sign papers.
And you probably caught him on a bad day.
I was just like, I'm trying to go
See,
home.
that's the beauty about me. I've been doing...
Is this with us?
No, that's when you bought a Jeep.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even buy my Infinity with you guys.
No.
You didn't buy it with us?
I got it. It was in Montclair, but they're Ontario now or something.
Yeah, they're Ontario now. But, that's the beauty about being in the business as long as I've been. When I sell a car, I do everything A through Z, with the exception of if it's a customer that walked into the store. Then I'll give the liberty and the respect of the sales managers to be able to make the decision on the deal. But do I agree on everything that they say or do? Absolutely not. But it's not my position at that point to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even like the guy that sold me the Jeep. Well, his boss, the guy I spoke to, he was fine. But like his quote unquote boss, that dude was terrible.
So what dealership was this?
It was far.
Far. Okay.
No, it was like an hour. It was out.
What city?
I'll get you the name. I don't care.
Is it a Jeep dealer?
Yeah.
Hey man, if
Click.
Cesar says he didn't like something about that dealership, that means something.
It was bad, honestly.
And it wasn't the salesperson.
No, the salesperson was good. It was the person above
Sales
him.
manager.
Yeah.
Or a closer. Maybe they had a closer.
I don't know, but that dude was annoying. He kept trying to like stiff arm me, like, so what are you gonna do? I'm like, dude, relax. Like,
Yeah.
I told him like, I'm not gonna pay more than X amount. So if you get my payment to X amount, then we'll make a deal. Simple as that.
You're what I like to call a lay down.
What?
You're what I like to call a lay down.
What does that mean?
It means you're giving me a payment. The easiest thing you can tell a salesperson is the payment that you want.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a bad thing.
Why? But it worked twice.
It worked twice and maybe not in your favor.
I mean,
It did work in my favor.
Yesterday's market, maybe.
Well, yeah, yesterday's because that was a long time
Sure,
ago. But
sure.
it worked in my favor because I put down exactly what I wanted and I got the payment exactly.
What I'm
Well,
trying
you-
to say is you
yeah.
could have probably saved on the down payment and saved on the payment.
And I got good interest. I was
Saved on the
content.
down payment and
I
on
was
the payment.
content. I was content.
Why can't we have customers like this walk in? Oh, yeah, we work in Glendale.
I'll get back to you on the name. I'm trying to. It was, dang, that was far. That was far.
So I actually want to hear what Cesar has to say next.
About what?
Anything.
Oh, Hemet.
What?
Hemet.
Hemet. Hemet Jeep?
Yep.
You guys are garbage.
Except for the guy that sold me. He was
Except the
for
guy,
the
the salesperson.
the salesperson.
See, salespeople are always nice.
It was like honestly,
Not always,
like,
joking.
Waiting all that time just to sign paperwork was pretty freaking frustrating. And they took, I'm not trying to sound like a little diva. It was just annoying.
All right, guys.
And on top of that, I went in with my Lancer. Okay, so I had 2 cars there because they were gonna give me like $500 for the car. I'm not gonna leave it. So I had to come back with the salesperson. He drove my Jeep to my house. Right. I drove my Lancer home.
And you had to drive him back.
Then I took him back. I was nice enough because he actually did do a good job. So I was like, I'm just gonna take you back. Whatever, be done with it. I figured that the dealer might have sent him a call.
Hey, whoever that salesperson is, if you're listening to this podcast, reach out, brother. We want to talk to you. Because there's very limited amount of salespeople that leave a good impression on people.
He did, but his manager sucked.
Because like Greg said, there are some salespeople out there that shouldn't be salespeople.
My Infinity dude was pretty
General
cool
managers
too.
out there that shouldn't be general managers.
Tesla by far the easiest.
Yeah, because you're laid out. My point proven.
Whoa, Tesla, you have no I had no wiggle, no nothing. I just everything
exactly.
online, put my information. That's what. Okay, I'm like, all right, cool, that works.
You know what that's called? Being a puppet.
It was easy.
Yeah, you put $5,000 down on the goddamn battery.
I didn't put 5,000.
What did you put?
No comment.
No, it was higher than that.
No, it wasn't. But I got a good payment.
$3
So I'm
grand.
good.
Probably, yeah.
What's your payment?
Enough.
I have his payment somewhere. I know what his payment is.
My payment. So with the way
Is this
gas.
in what you pulled in with today?
Yeah. So the way gas is right now.
It's equivalent.
My gas. What I'm saving monthly on gas is my monthly payment and my insurance on the car. Because of my commute for work.
Because of your commute.
Because of my commute. If it wasn't for my commute, then that's the thing. I only got the car because of my commute. If it wasn't for my commute, I honestly never really wanted a Tesla.
You know, as much as I hate electric cars, as much as I hate electric cars,
It's like on a daily.
I really love Lucid.
It's a great looking car, yeah. It's a great looking car.
It looks like a goddamn Maybach.
Or what about that Hummer EV?
No.
That's
You
a
don't
lot.
like that?
That's a
You
lot
don't
of
like
money.
that? Oh, I
I
love
actually
that.
like the Rivian
I
truck.
love that. No,
We
the
went and
Hummer
picked
It's
up-
garbage, but I mean,
Hummer is
not
beautiful.
garbage. If Rivian hears this, I just keep hearing a lot of bad stuff.
Oh, Rivian's garbage.
I'm a huge fan of the Hummer. I love the Hummer EV.
No, but when we went to pick up my father-in-law's truck,
They had a
at
Hummer
GMC,
EV there.
they had a Hummer EV
I
there.
think there's only like 4 on the market right now.
I'm not a fan, dude.
No,
I looked at it and we looked inside and out. Just wasn't a fan.
really.
And I will say that dealership sucked ass. Pasadena. I'm just gonna say you know my father-in-law turned around and asked a question and the sales manager straight up ignored him. So I was standing there. I was like, "Hey, you can't answer his question." He goes, "Oh, I didn't know he was talking to me." I go, "You're looking directly at him. He's asking you a question."
Next time I buy a car, I'm gonna take Seapon just for the sheer entertainment of it.
Oh, dude, you'll probably walk out with the best payment. The guy will hate his life.
Take
I'm
a
gonna be
camera
like,
with you.
I'm only here to sign. He's the negotiator.
Yeah.
Tell me when you guys are done.
That's
I'll
what
be
we
over there
call
drinking
a,
coffee.
what is it, a third baseman?
Yes.
So he'll be your third baseman.
Yeah, you know, you'll probably walk out with the keys to the dealership.
He's my broker. Where's the coffee at?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the sales manager and be like, "Hey, bro, I needed like at least a $1,500 broker fee in that deal."
Yeah, minimum. And I'll collect another $1,000 for the
For the new 400Z?
That's actually a good question.
I want to drive one. I don't really like the car, personally, to be honest
Just wanted
with
to
you.
try it out. Yeah.
We saw the blue interior, right?
Yeah, that was ugly.
It's kind of growing on me.
Blue on blue? Really?
Yeah.
No.
No, not blue on blue. The blue interior.
That's right. The one that we saw is blue interior with blue exterior.
And, forget the exterior. I'm talking about the interior.
Even the red is like, I don't like the two-tone.
Was it two-tone?
Yeah. All their interiors are two-tone. It's not like one solid.
Well, I think even back with the 370Z, it was two-tone.
Well, I get that, but I mean,
I think they kind of kept that heritage alive.
2022. Solid color.
But at the same time, you know, this funny thing you mentioned that? I'm going to bring up one thing. A lot of people complain about manufacturers making decisions on cars that to discontinue or do something new. But what they don't realize is manufacturers send you emails on suggestions, right?
And nobody fills them out.
You know who fills them out?
The long term. Right.
Yeah.
The
Last timers,
loyal-
long term, et cetera, et cetera. People like us, we don't fill it out.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever filled anything like that out ever in my life.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, and
That's
then
a
we
good point.
we
That's a
sit
good
here and
point.
complain.
Everybody check your emails.
Absolutely, check your emails.
Respond.
Yes.
And especially if your mom and dad buy your car. I mean,
We have
especially
ended this episode 32. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
especially if you're subleasing from your mom and dad. Make sure you check your mom and dad's emails and fill those out, because the manufacturer probably thinks your mom and dad are driving that car versus to you putting 20-inch wheels and aftermarket exhaust and calling it your own. And when
18s for the win.
BMW Financial owns your car,
Right.
Infinity Financial still owns mine. So it's okay.
and it's okay.
Or if your mom and dad didn't qualify, maybe it was
But
your
it's
aunt.
under your name.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. 2 weeks ago, I literally had 6 people try to co-sign for one person.
Yeah. Happens all the time, yeah.
Yeah, each one was worse than the other.
But you know what's the problem? Were they young?
No.
Oh, they were older?
They're like in sub 40s.
Oh, see, I think this is kind of like a super off topic, but I mean, it's an open mic, right?
Yep.
I think that schools should really teach
Oh,
people
yep.
credit.
They're
What
starting
the-
to.
What in the world is credit?
Yep.
But
You know?
you know why they didn't teach us in the old days?
They didn't care about us.
No, they didn't. No, they wanted you to be stupid enough to pay back the goddamn. Never mind politics.
But I just think that's such an important, like,
Absolutely.
house mortgage,
Absolutely.
car loans, how
Absolutely.
it actually works, credit cards,
Absolutely.
stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You need all that crap to, get somewhere in the U.S., unfortunately.
I will say one thing: us foreigners, and when I say foreigners, I mean everybody that is not a native in America that came from somewhere else, probably know more about all this stuff than everybody else.
I was blessed. My dad, he always taught us, you guys got to work on your credit because you're going to need that when you're older. You got to buy a house, all that, whatever, all that good stuff. When we were all younger, my dad was like, here's a credit card. If you're going to use it, you're going to pay for it.
Right.
But it's going to benefit you because we started building credit when we were, super young. And to this point, it's been able to help us.
Right.
So but like you said, my parents were both immigrants.
Yep.
They knew what it took to be able to advance to get somewhere in this country, So
Yeah. Parents, yeah. Just like your parents did, I think if the fact that schools aren't doing it, parents probably should be doing it. Because going back to Diego, our buddy of ours, what he did for his relative is he started building the credit they were like 16, 17 years old. And at the time, when it came to buy a car, the guy was like 21, 22, his nephew. He was already over 800 credit score because he had built him. He had put him as a authorized user. He was making sure, which is...
Are we talking about Julio?
We're talking about Julio. Shout
What's
out
up,
to
Julio?
Julio just got engaged, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
Congratulations,
Congratulations,
Julio.
brother.
What's up, Julio?
Another one
Not
bites
already,
the
bro.
dust.
You've met him.
I have.
Yes, at the dealership. He used to work with us.
Oh, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Long time no see.
Super cool guy. The only down part about Julio is that he's a Lakers fan, which is fine. We'll let it slide.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that.
Shout out to the Clippers.
Wow.
They suck.
That's what's gonna stir up all the comments on our
Yeah.
podcast, though. All the traffic's gonna be from that comment.
I'm okay with the Lakers. I mean, maybe one day they'll be as good as the Clippers, but
I mean, how many championships the Clippers have
uh,
in the last 10 years?
Do they even have their own stadium that they don't share with anybody?
Oh, your mic's not working. Okay. Just making sure.
Oh, here, I got you. There.
sorry,
Muted
it went
it.
off. You muted. Thank you for that.
But yeah, I mean, listen, guys. Covering a couple of the bases as far as car sales goes. Be nice to your salesperson. If you're a dick to your salesperson's going to be a dick to you and probably going to rip your head off. When I say rip your head off,
Or kick you out.
what I mean by rip your head off is he's going to overcharge you and probably make you make a bunch of money on your ass.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But just be nice and you get, something good out of it.
Sure.
Might not work with everybody, but at least it works with 80% of the people.
Yeah. It's a general rule in life, right? It's not just car
Absolutely.
business. Be nice to everybody.
Cesar, do you want to cover anything else before we call it quits for the day?
Diego's question, because the NorCal
Okay.
value on stuff.
Yes.
It's gonna be quick.
Okay.
If
Could be long.
If you're going for performance, the parts that are gonna give you the more value for your purchase. I don't know if I worded it right. Downpipes, lower downpipes.
Okay.
Catback and heat exchanger.
Now, I actually want to
Personally.
ask you that. I want to ask you one question based on that. Would you sub catback because of value, not because of power, because of value? Would you sub your catback with an axle back?
No, catback,
Want to throw it out there.
full blown,
Full blown.
axleback, full catback.
Would you have a suggestion as to what brand?
Catback?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm full AFE.
No,
AFE
not
for the
you.
win.
We're talking about value. AFU is not value.
Cost what?
MBRP?
No, it
CZP?
sounds like crap.
CZ. Value.
No, well, that's the thing though. You got to get something for your value too.
You can't listen.
No, value is a general term. It comes from you're getting the most out of your money and not sacrificing sound. Or if that's the case, just go to a shop and get somebody to make you an exhaust.
I would say, I think whose was it? Sam's exhaust. Was it MBRP or CZP? I don't know. I did a couple episodes on value parts, and I think it was MBRP.
I mean,
It depends on how you modify the car.
the thing with MB, so here's what's funny about it. Everybody just sees that. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody wants MBRP because it's 3-inch.
Is it 3-inch?
The tubing is 3-inch, but their connections are 2.5-inch. So it's like everybody wants it because it's 3-inch because you can get the most power, blah, 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 this stuff. But it's like, if I'm not mistaken, I know it's 3-inch piping, but I think their connections are 2.5. So it's 2.5 to 3. I think it like tapers up or something like that. But at the end of the day, everybody that you see on the forums that has put it on their car has to modify it. So at the end of the day, you're not getting more for your value because people are having to add 2 or 4 resonators to it, so it doesn't sound like crap. So you're kind of losing money.
Adding more money to it.
So it may cost you $800, but once you start adding resonators, you're at the cost of all these others. But they're one of the few that makes 3-inch, so that's why people want it.
Okay.
That's the only reason why people want them.
All right. Greg, you want to add anything before we call
Oh,
it?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. This was
AFE
fun.
for the win.
This was fun.
ARC for the one.
What's that?
ARC.
AFE.
There's one company. Listen, and closing statement. I just want to make
I'm
one.
going to have the final word.
No. It has nothing to do who's better than who's whatnot. Listen, guys. When we reach out and we invite people to the podcast, don't think that we're reaching out because we need you. We're reaching out because we see something in you that you can collaborate to the car community. But if you start getting a big head and you think that just because we invited you, you can play games, not going to work with me. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you have 1 million subscribers. I don't care if you have 30,000 subscribers. I don't care if you're an Instagram model that has GTR R34 and you think you're godsend. You're not. When it comes to the car community, we do this to bring entertainment to the car community. And when you think that you're better than the next person, when time comes and you want to get on the show, what are we going to say?
Decline.
Next.
Simple as that, guys. With that being said, we just wanted to basically have like a man cave talk episode. Kind of let off some steam that everything is going on in the world, et cetera, et cetera. We want to thank each and every one of you listening. Don't forget that we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and make sure you follow Cesar. I'm gonna put up Greg's Instagram. Follow me, and listen. If you have a build that you think belongs on the show and you want to talk about it, reach out to us. I'll put my email, or you can DM me on my Instagram, and you can reach out, and we'll be more than happy to invite you. Just because you have a build and you have 700 followers, don't think we won't invite you to the show. We don't care how many subscribers you have. We don't care how many followers you have. If you have a quality build or a build that you're starting or a story you want to tell, we want to hear it. And I'm sure everybody else wants to hear it.
Or if you're just cool and want to have a good time.
Yeah, or you want to shoot the shit and talk shit, you're more than welcome to. Sorry, Caesar's mom.
Hi, Mom.
Sorry. Sometimes I get out of control and I lose track. But again, Greg, thank you. Caesar, is always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Everybody, thank you for listening. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the notification bell.
Subscribe.
Apple Podcast, subscribe. Spotify, subscribe.
One click.
Thank you, everybody.
Cesar out.